engage. You've got very effective disengage with the use of the Azir ultimate, and then that range that you're going to have with the Aphelios Azir combo. This looks like a very traditional LCK composition, something that's more catered towards that scaling and team fighting, while still providing that pressure in the laning phase. Whereas
side, Paze and the Light are pretty full, do have their summoners available, but even blowing them would already be a big win.
Only cleanse on Paze as well. On can look for that handshake. Delight standing in front. There's the ignite. Paze cleanses with a flash follow from Shun means the Paze. Paze the ultimate price bailout on won't get him out of dodge this time. 1-for-1 trade in the bottom lane.
The play is worth it though overall for BLG. The amount of farm and experience, Paze can just keep information as to whether or not Peanut is trying any lane ganks, and you can see that BLG's game plan is so committed to playing around bots.
On's gonna get rooted. He doesn't have flash, remember. Flash forward by Peanut and On pays the price in the bottom lane. Gen.G back on the board. Paze gets his second of the game. Doran trading in the top lane. Grandmaster's Might onto Bin. Bin tries to turn it back around. Doran trying to get the empowered autos off. Both of them still have their flashes, but it's a trade of ultimates and not much more. Away, Wave is crashing in, but you can see Peanut already worked his way up through this topside jungle, so if a dive does occur or materialize, Peanut is in the right position at the right time, and the Nut God's looking for something as they go forward. Bin has to flash away, Doran has the flash, follow Counter-Strike coming out, and Bin is locked up and sent packing by Gen.G.
And Peanut, his pathing this game has been immaculate, covering for the early dive. Yes, they're able to get the kill, but at least Paze gets a counter. Really good communication from BLG. The second that Chovy started roaming up to cover for a potential dive and make a counter play is, oh, Yagao is forced to flash. We immediately saw the pings go down. However, Gen.G trying to contest this hero there. I don't know if Peanut, reinforcements are on the way.
Delight's on his way across. No Fate's Call yet for Elk, still half the time on that, but they do have the hostile takeover if they want to look for more. Shun goes in, they find Paze. Cataclysm down, but the Devour already used by Delight. Now the hostile takeover popping as well. The shield from Paze, he tries to cleanse away, but he's slowed. Severum's gonna heal him up, but Peanut pulled back with a handshake, and BLG win out the skirmish.
Really big win there for BLG, and this is the disrespect that we saw Gen.G show against T1 as well. The early power of this Kalista Renata.
Standout players of the entire tournament. People were putting him in the conversation for best performing AD as Chovy.
Down has flash, but he's not going to be able to get away from Peanut, who lands the stun immediately. The shockwave only catches onto Chovy, and Yagao is going to get chased down here. Chovy puts down the soldiers, and Yagao is buried beneath their feet. Doran with a good jump away, but Shun chases in, and still it's only Shun that's picked up kills for BLG.
And it's punch and immediate counter punch. Gen.G are able to punish the Orianna, even with flash up. Yagao realizes that there's too much damage available, doesn't actually get to survive, but Doran does get punished for his earlier play as Elk. There's no wave, so we'll see if they're able. Paze is trying to bring it in, but I don't think that there really is a window with more people from BLG moving over. And these moments as the contest is going to come through.
TP in. Shun can look for this. Counter TP burnt by Yagao. Shun on the front line. Bin's going to dash across the wall. The Rift out down to 1,000. Hostile takeover, though, is going to do so much work. Paze already berserk as the light is forced away, and now Doran's in the midst of BLG, and Bin is looking to send him packing. Into the recycling he goes. Come back next time as Bin chases the rest of Gen.G away. Gen.G picked this fight, and they do not want it anymore. Chovy has to burn the flash as the voyage out from Delight is abyssal, and the fight for Gen.G was abysmal.
It's at this point in the game where BLG want to fight you, and Gen.G, Chovy looks for a play, gets the flash out of Elk, but it's just a consolation prize as Gen.G falls short in the fight, trying to force this when it feels like BLG at this point in the game should be so much
forward, but Yagao is in the right position to stop them. The Magna Storm from Peanut, he's nowhere near them! It's just miles away. They got an EpiPen or something, because Peanut not doing anything to them as BLG secure the ocean. And that was a Peanut at Worlds moment if I've ever seen one.
The engage goes wide. Gen.G now don't have an easy way to start the fight. Doran
gonna get brought back, pops the stopwatch, handshake coming out, Moonlight Vigil does hit the Infernum, there's the hostile takeover, Cataclysm onto the backline though, and Doran's been locked up, the Shockwave finds him. The Devour comes out as Chovy starts to retreat, but already it's 2 kills to BLG, and Gen.G are found wanting by the unwanted aggression from BLG.
And it's again BLG able to very calmly play out this scenario. They set up full control, they know that Gen.G has to walk in, Peanut has to go for a desperation play, but with the ultimate gone, no Magnet Storm, no engage, there is nothing that they can do than the turn from BLG, who are more than happy to look for a fight. That's Soul, and that's Baron.
We're seeing the forward in the Dragon Pit.
It's
so
the
far
benefit
hasn't
of
been
Ocean.
spotted.
It's the benefit of Ocean here for Gen.G. Now, Peanut caught out a little bit. Should be able to get his way away from this one. Shun now spots the control ward in the pit.
That's
well
big.
done by BLG to make sure they cleared out all their corners.
Shun.
And Shun can look for more because Peanut dismounted right now. Remounts, you just go for it. EQ in, flag and drag, Cataclysm as well. Delight has to flash as does Peanut. Inferno from the side means that On is down to half HP, but that's so much invested by Gen.G. And with not too much gain, they have mid-wave prio, but will it be enough? Elder spawns, Elk starts it, Bin keeps Doran and Peanut at bay. No flash for Peanut, remember, just burnt it. But he can get into this fight. The Shockwave finds Chovy, Delight and Pace now beginning to step it up. Devour available for Delight. Pace dodges the Berserk for the hostile takeover. Already finds one. And Bin is done with this game. The Elder secure. Pace tries to dash away, but Bin puts him in his place as BLG clean up in the river.
And BLG immediately head towards the bot side of the map. Wave is ready. No turret standing there. Doran desperately trying to draw some attention, but it was not enough. And BLG take a resounding victory here in game number 1, and it looks like Gen.G and the side might have been half a year ago, but it's not looking that different in game number 1.
A tale as old a time between these two teams, it seems, as BLG come out to an early lead and are able to snowball it away from Gen.G. A few mistakes for Gen.G. Doran as well in the top lane specifically had struggled into Bin after a few good early forays, and BLG never let go of the reins. Gen.G respawning, but the Elder still stands on BLG, and they can look for the fight. The Magnustorm finds 2, but Pace pulled back, and he's just deleted by the laser. Peanut follows suit, and BLG playing with Gen.G as they clean it up to go 1-0 up in this quarterfinal.
Shun's only death to the Nexus at the very end. An incredible game across the board from him in the jungle. From start to finish, he was finding all of BLG's advantages in the team fights. He was just in. He can play in the early game. They have a lot of options. Expectations are that they would look to play through bot once again early on into the game. This top matchup is going to be super interesting. Rumble into Aatrox is something that, well, we haven't seen a huge...
That, but the handshake on Paze in the bottom lane. Warm hugs from Delight. That shield coming out, keeping Paze topped up around 300 health. The heal early here as they look for the chase. Elk and On both have their flashes. Elk already invested a ghost flash forward. Twisted advance, knocked back onto On. And Gen.G played to this tune in game 1. The bailout coming out and On will be brought back. And now Delight is next on the menu, and Elk can turn it around. Double buff for him. It's going to be 2, but a great flash from Delight. Got escape from Elk. 2 kills to BLG in the bottom lane.
This bottom lane is terrifying. Wow, what a play from On. The fact that they just said, focus Peanut, and then he brought him back into range of Elk to get that execution. If nothing else, they were going to get a 1-for-1. They turned it into 2-for-1. Now BLG look for the dive.
Knock up on door, and he tries to flash away, but the chase is there, and the Ignite is ticking. Bing tanking, the tower shots can flash away. Peanut trying to answer as well, but he can't face the might of BLG's top and jungle.
He just doesn't have the damage available. He's still level 3, and in the short span of 4 minutes, Bin's ahead. We have Pace. Yeah, he got a kill, but he's facing Elk, who got out of the gangway health here.
Over-eager at times to find a good play. Since then, he has been so consistent. He's been such an integral part of the 15-1 record that BLG maintained through the regular season. Shun here smites away. On is looking for a little bit more. They can harass.
No flash,
Pace
Peanut.
has flash, though. They look for Peanut. The handshake's going to pull him back at Peanut. Even in the cozy campfire, will find nothing but death and despair. Paze now chased away, has the flash to get across the wall. They try and turn onto Shun, but Paze has to burn his flash as Chovy goes in, but Shun won't even fall. The bailout was on him, wouldn't have revived him, but BLG are just outplaying Gen.G.
And it's the same mistake that Gen.G made last time, but this time it backfires.
Looked very convincing for the large part outside of losing game 2. Doran now going for a bit of a trade. Nice trading against
Pin's
Bin.
on his way with the Nature's Grasp as well, but you can see Shun ready to react. Bin rooted up. Shun is on his way. The equalizer down, and Doran's burning. Bin trying to turn it around, and Doran will fall first, and Peanut's buried next to his brother as BLG strike.
Bin just refuses to fall. The man in the top lane, touted as one of, if not the best top laner in the world, finds a double kill with the help of his jungler.
A bit of exaggeration. Any game we have seen at Worlds, as the TP comes up towards the top lane, Chovy's going to knock Bin back, and finally Gen.G are finding something proactive. Bin is going to try and get his way away here. Will fall down, equalize on the wave to make sure it's cleared out. Gen.G find a small glimpse of hope, but oh, how small it is.
It's just not enough, right? And for me, the really telling thing...
2 versus 2, the Xayah that's been the most terrifying. Now Chovy is in danger.
Has his flash, Cataclysm early. Shun can look for more, but isn't going to get the flag and drag flash away from Chovy as Elk and On were working their way up towards this top side. Both held up in 30 seconds as well.
It's me. I have a bit of a personal stake as Indigo.
They do find engage onto Shun. He has the flash, goes in with the Cataclysm, and now there's the TP. Hostile takeover from On as well. It's going to catch 2. The equalizer down, and Chovy is burning in the river. Lava underneath this speed as Doran probably regretting that lack of flash now as Yagao catches him with the shockwave. The EQ combo from Shun sends him to an early grave. And the Church of Chovy is in session. You can hear it silent here. The god they're praying to doesn't seem to be listening right now.
BLG are going to use this numbers advantage to put pressure onto the mid-tier 2.
Been onto them, but BLG just haven't been making too many mistakes through these games. There's the Nature's Grasp as Gen.G look for something. Baron up in 10 seconds. If you find a fight here, maybe you can turn it into more. The hostile takeover being popped. Chovy dodges away from the shockwave as Peanuts in the back of the pit. Doran trying to get onto Elk, but Elk yet untouched. And Doran, the warm hugs are not enough to keep him alive as Elk flashes forward. Pays is about to meet his maker as Elk sends him into the dirt.
And BLG see that one coming from a mile away. Gen.G in the desperation try to get any...
Chovy will sidestep the shockwave, but huge props to BLG. I did not tout them as favorite. Oh, Chovy.
Neither of the mid lane is able to hit their ultimates in that trade. Yagao has a 2-level lead as well, and now is chasing Chovy and Peanut down. Chovy has to flash away. Peanut trying to trade back in, but remember, there's an Infernal Soul on this Orianna. The Sun Disc comes down as Peanut continues to be forced away. The rest of BLG are looking for the Nexus. Yagao keeps everyone interested as the equalizer popped on Pays.
Yes, TP.
Doran trying to defend, been pulled back. TP available for Yagao as now he recalls. Elk takes the first Nexus tower and BLG start to disengage.
I'm pretty sure Yagao actually flashed Chovy.
Oh, Pays is rooted! The breath of life! Oh, just about keeps Pays alive, but now Bin and Shun are looking for more. They've taken Doran, Bin will fall. Yagao TP's in, no shockwave on him for about 20 seconds, but the EQ flash onto Chovy, he dashes in, but Elk has the escape tool. Feathers fly and Gen.G die in their own base. The Baron buff remains for 20 seconds more. Pays has flash. No ult, no dash away as he now flashes to escape. Only the cannon minion surviving here, but BLG makes the push a little bit harder. And it looks like they will finally disengage.
BLG have done the damage.
I don't think it's enough.
The thing is, even if it's a steal, you get the fight that you look for, but Peanut decides against flashing in and trying to smite the Baron. Super minions pushing in the bottom lane. Reset starting to happen from Yagao. He can TP into these supers. Baron buffed them up quickly. Instead, TPs to the mid lane to join his team because he knows Chovy has to answer the minions battering down the base. Shun goes forward with the flag and drag, and that's another inhibitor tower forfeit by Gen.G and happily taken by BLG. Time is running out for Gen.G, at least in this game. Maybe in Worlds, if they can't find a way to fight back against BLG in Game 3.
BLG were underdogs at MSI, they're underdogs here again at Worlds, but despite that they stand strong and they're looking to go to match point against Gen.G.
It has been destruction, demolition, the most one-sided series we have seen in a while here at Worlds. Peanut has to flash away, the Cataclysm in will end Chovy's day, and now Doran and the rest of Gen.G can only stand and watch on the fountain, but even there, they are not safe from the unending assault of BLG.
And BLG, 2-0. Game number 1, it felt was, at least in the early game, a little bit even. A couple of bad decisions from Gen.G were very nicely punished. In this one, though, every single lane stomped.
Clearing the Braum into the Nautilus in this final draft. Game 3, and we have our drafts. Gentlemen, what do we think?
Chovy hard 1v9, or it's BLG 3-0, right? BLG gets the Renection for
Chovy. They're doing very well in terms of farm. Bot lane as well. Pays doing a very good job. Flash.
Delight here for the flat. No! Oh, the anti-synergy, it's all over the place! Oh, Gen.G were just not on the same page. They weren't even reading from the same hymnal. That was diabolical.
It was
Expected to beat the second seed from the LPL when you are the favorites coming in. Only extenuate those circumstances as the Nature's Grass comes out. Smite secured by Peanut as they look for the engage world ender. Chovy with a great base seal locks up two. Yagao trying to join the fray, bin low, but he's able to dash away. Doran going forward. First blood for Gen.G and signs of life for Gen.G and signs of life here in Busan.
And Yagao doesn't have flash because of the earlier play. We'll see if Peanut can extend, but he dies!
Shockwave, Peanut goes timber, ace in the hole onto light. The Glacial Fish are going wide, but flash ignite into the Piltover Peacemaker is enough for BLG in the bottom lane.
the trap placement from Elk was crazy there. There was no effort Delight to go. Bit more chip damage coming down onto Pays, but BLG are the ones to overstep. But 2v2 kill found. Delight now.
Depth charge onto Elk. He still has flash, he still has heal, but where's he gonna dash to? As the Gen.G bot lane comes to life as well. Gen.G 2-2 now. They have the Rift Hold in the pocket of Peanut. Do they want to just put it down and invest more gold into their AD carry? It looks like it.
Look at the faces of the Gen.G fans. Cautious optimism for now. They will equalize the kills. And Pays getting a crucial one for Gen.G. Delight finds his opportunity.
Chovy going in with the Soul Unbound, pull back with the shockwave, but he can dash away. The face seal blocked though with the Cataclysm. And Chovy will fall every time Gen.G get on the board. BLG answer.
And Chovy got a bunch of help, wasn't able to take down Yagao. Yagao gets one gank, says thank you very much, is able to pick up the counter kill. For BLG has been really big this series.
Yagao has no ultimate. Peanut has his. The Nature's Grasp possibility is there's the Glacial Fisher. Nature's Grasp used, but they all line up. Good hook onto the back line as the TP is now invested from either side. Chovy trying to come in from the top side of the fight, but Doran's already dead. And now Pays having to cleanse away. The ace in the hole finds its prey, but only 100 HP left now on the Gen.G AD carry.
And Gen.G is a team that usually is so on the same page, but there they weren't. Chovy wasn't able to join the rest of the team, and Doran's teleport gets immaculately punished by BLG.
A little over-eager from Gen.G there. Felt like the tower was pretty much lost. Could have just kept pushing in the bot lane, but they tried to invest some resources into defending. Delight is looking for Yagao, but Shun steps in the way. The depth shot coming out as well. The Killer Instinct, a possibility here for Pays. He dives in. They find Yagao. The shockwave. It's not going to be enough. And Gen.G proactively find the enemy mid.
A really good punish as Delight and Chovy is sitting in the top side river. And they notice that Yagao and Shun are just kind of...
But there's wards behind them as well. The Dragon started, will be the second for Gen.G, down to 5,000. Bin with the Dominus, slowed, stopped by Doran, who acts as a bodyguard. Now the hook onto Bin, knocked up with a death charge as well as Bin tried to heal himself up. Chovy getting onto the back line with the shockwave, pulls him out, shut out! Chovy down, but here is Pays to find another. The Dragon going over, flash away from Elk, twisted advance, they dive as well. On the front line, trying to get in the way as Shun forces Pays away. Shun will take down Pays, and Elk still standing like he's ever been for BLG. Elk still survives, but Doran finally comes to life. A triple for the Aatrox as Gen.G even out the fight.
It's 4 dead on either side. The Dragon goes in favor of Gen.G. Doran looking for one more. Shun, can you escape?
He saved everything in this series for this moment. Can't find Shun. But finally, Gen.G find an even.
And in the best case scenario, they pick up the Baron.
The Baron has been begun. There's the TP from Chovy. Delight looking for vision in the pit, puts a control ward in. Doran going forward with the World Ender. And on the back of the wings of the World Ender, Gen.G look to make their final stand. BLG's fate sealed by the combination of the Aatrox and the Yone. And Busan roars into life.
It is the flank that they've been looking for. It feels like the entire series. Finally, Gen.G get the jump on BLG, who tried to bite off a little bit more than they can chew. And at the very least, Gen.G gonna walk away with a Baron here.
Well played fight from Gen.G. Elk didn't even get to use his flash. The collapse was fantastic.
Gen.G on takes a chunk as well. Shun down to half HP. Bin stepping forward. Doran level 18 already. Able to keep the rest of BLG away, and Delight and Doran teaming up to make sure that BLG are on the back foot as Chovy goes forward, on going in. Shun looking for the Cataclysm as well, pops his stopwatch as Doran goes down, the Baron secured. BLG can look for more. How much further can they chase? Not much. is the answer. Gen.G sacrificed their top laner, but secure the Baron.
Gonna be a win for Gen.G, but BLG are gonna try and look for a window here. We're pretty late into the game. It's self some turrets, maybe even trying to push for an inhibitor here. Bin is gonna TP in.
I mean, look at top lane. Chovy's just chosen to split push. He's going to be able to secure that tower. What do BLG do now? I think that this is their best opportunity to actually fight. They have a numbers advantage. An inhibitor will be secured. An exchange of inhibitors when you're down like you are, I think it's kind of the best case scenario for BLG.
I think that's really smart from Chovy, actually. He could have come back and tried to defend, but you probably give up the inhibitor anyway because you're one player short. Delight looking for something. Gen.G just forced them away at getting towards those inhibitor towers, but you have to give credit to the LPL 2 seed. So consistently able to find.
Here we go.
Wins is on. Steps forward. Infernal Chains will drag him back. Bin acting as a front line. Chovy looking for the flank position. Shun tries to dive onto him. The Mortal Steel gets the knock up. Doran going forward as Bin with the Dominus is locked up. Stopwatch, is it enough to buy him enough time to get out? It is for now, but Pace dives forward and Bin dies, and Gen.G have found the fight they were looking for. They turn their eyes back to the Baron.
Gen.G finally finds something. A pick onto Bin is absolutely massive. BLG are making the call. We'll abandon the Baron. It does not matter. We're going to try and defend for as long as we can. Gen.G, they needed to break this game open.
But the cannon minions doing enough work on those inhibitors. Inhibitors in the bottom lane will fall. Pays locked up, flashes away. The Cataclysm will get his GA, but is it enough here for BLG? Doran coming in from the flanks as Pays is brought back to life. The flag and the drag from Shun is just found wanting, but the engage continues from BLG. Gen.G disengaged perfectly to keep their AD carry alive.
And that's a really big moment. That is Flash and GA gone here for Pays. He sells him, gets the knock up, and it's enough as Chovy.
He's gonna kill him.
Falling low, has the shield, but it's just enough to keep him alive. BLG were pushing forward to try and fight for the Elder, but Gen.G are looking for the Nexus. Shun already called out as they look for more. He's trying to get away, but there's one, there's two, there's more for Gen.G. Pays diving forward, the killer instinct living up to its name as Shun tries to get away and will escape to live another day, but the Nexus, the target in the eyes of Gen.G as they are looking to fight back in this series. A reverse sweep is what it will take, and Gen.G have taken the first step.
A crazy game. It boiled down to some late game team fights. Doran coming up clutch around the Dragon. The flank that they found around the Baron. BLG made them work for it. Some advantages in the bot lane 2v2. Ashtarm can be super obnoxious to play against. But yeah, I think that this game is going to come down to a lot of teamfight execution, and this is where I think a champion like Akali Vi can really thrive.
But Pays is Delight. You need one more minion. You need something, get that level 2. There we go, Delight has it, so does Pays. Shun looking for this. A lot of minions going to be lost to the tower. TP in from Doran, but he can be stopped by Bin, and he is, in fact, in the top lane. Delight look for the engage, flash away from On. Shun can go in now. EQ, flash away from Pays. The flash doesn't follow, but Pays is dead. The flip back onto On is not enough. On not tanking the tower. Abyssal Voyage forward. The dodge from Delight. He still has flash. Elk now tanking the tower. Shun and On haven't hit Delight. And so in the end, it's a play, it's a kill, it's everything BLG wanted.
Still looking for a lane gank here.
Shun's coming down as well. This wave pushing away from Pays and Delight means that Shun can just push forward himself. Elk trying to open up with the Rangers. Focus, the engage onto Elk. He still has flash heal, but he doesn't have time to get out. Delight gets the kill. Not what you would have wanted for Gen.G. Meanwhile, Bin trading with Doran in the top lane, and I know who's winning this one. Cassante doing Cassante things as the double flash has been used, but there's no dodge for the Q3 unless Doran puts on his dancing shoes. Can't find them in time. Bin with a solo.
Look at the frustration on the fans' face. Elation as they get a big kill in the bot lane. Make something happen, bot. Shun now looking for something.
Down looking for the flank. There's no flash on Pays, none on Delight either, or even Peanut. Pays pops the cleanse, but he's being locked up, and he'll be shut out of the battle. Shun takes the kill. Delight next on the menu. He's ready for a tongue lashing. Yagao flashes, but can't get in range to find the Pot Blossom. Delight escapes.
And it's the aggression of BLG again. As
these are things that you should be getting when you're playing with a Kalista. You usually want to use her first item to look for fights, and I'm looking for a fight right now.
Season desist from Peanut could come in if he can get there in time. They're just trying to lock up Elk for as long as
The
possible.
level up!
Devour now used. He is level 6. The cease and desist. Will they wait in time? Peanut can't get in range. His flash about 5 seconds away.
Oh, a crucial level up there. If On doesn't hit 6 off of that wave, Elk is 100% dead.
Elk and On away from the bot lane, so
Yeah, they
they
also
can
have
funnel
Herald.
plates. They
So they
do
wanna
have the
try and-
Herald, all right.
TP. Bin realizes the plan.
Now they have to
But he's
dive.
alone.
But Shun is on his way. Like, can you kill Bin? At this point, you
We're
have
about to find out,
only a
Medic.
Divine Sundra. The Equalizer down onto Bin. Doesn't take too much damage. The Rift Herald charges in. The Magnet Storm there as well as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow hits underneath the tower. Bin dashing away. Surviving Fate's Core used as well. But Peanut, with excessive force, finds the kill. Does mean the tower doesn't fall. Pays will be able to get 3 plates out of it. Counter TP used up towards the top side as Chovy answers Yagao's push. Elk is pushing in mid.
Look at what you're playing into, the carries. And like aside from Tom Kench, we might see it right here.
Just looking for Elk. Maybe trying to get the Devour down. Does have the flash. Doesn't have the flash, in fact, to get away. Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Magnet Storm. Chovy extending forward, but the Devour still available for BLG here as Pace tries to get on towards the back line, but Delight now pulled out with the Fate's Call. Abyssal Voyage forward by On. Chovy walking away, wounded. On with the flash forward. And Shun coming in from the side. Chovy cataclysmed and brought to his knees, and BLG strike.
I mean, that may be the biggest caster curse I've done in recent history. Hang on.
They thought it was On, it was Yagao, and he has the time to flash and escape. The Drake's still 50 seconds from spawning. We're fighting over a blue buff. We're deep behind at BLG's blue. Can Chovy survive what could be a 5-man dive? Yagao coming in as a clone of Elk, and Chovy will realize as the arrow hits, he might be just caught out. He tries to flash, but he can't get away in time. Knocked back with the Intofos. And Chovy stayed a little bit too long. Didn't respect the arrow from Elk.
And a nice snipe comes through from Elk. Now BLG with, I was going to say 5 members strong, but Bin choosing to reset.
Dominance returning after a brief delay last year at Worlds. Peanut stepping forward here as the engage comes in from BLG, and Peanut's locked up. Yagao pops Blossoms as Gen.G starts to go pop. The Equalizer coming down, and Shun now on the wrong side of the rip, but he can just EQ back to join his team. Pays rooted with the Tango Bars as Chovy looks for the backline, but the Devour saved for this eventuality. He has to dash away, and a perfect execution from BLG.
And that's vintage Peanut. Just steps forward, gets caught, and now BLG making their way over to the Baron.
No smite for Gen.G, but a fight perhaps begins to materialize. No Tangle Barbs, remember, for BLG, only the Cataclysm. And the Devour for On. Do you go in with the Magnet Storm? You do. Delight tries to dive in. Doran trying to burn BLG alive as On is taken out, but the re-engage from BLG. Perfection executed once again. Doran and Chovy in a 2v4 fighting for the lives of Gen.G, for the lives of the LCK, but can't find it. BLG get the Baron.
A fantastic play from BLG.
Into this game, 2 items complete on Pays, Ginsu's and the Blade of the Ruined King. Yagao here, cease and desist coming out as they try and lock him up. Doesn't have the flash, but has the pop. Blossom, Chovy dashes in, dashes back, dashes out, and dashes forward for the kill. Peanut takes it.
Can they get out though? Looks like they will be. BLG don't want to overinvest towards the top side of the map on the cross map.
But as you rightly said, it'll slow BLG down a little bit, but I don't know if it's enough. The wave clear. Oh!
Magnet Storm flash engaged, the Equalizer down as well in the TP. Gen.G have pulled the trigger, and they're looking to burst out Elk. Chovy dashing around, and Elk will fall. It's hunting season for Gen.G, and they found what could be the biggest kill of them all. They found a way back into Game 4.
I thought that it wouldn't be enough, but Gen.G just shut me right up. A beautiful engage in mid lane. Catches BLG completely off guard. And just like that, as you said, Medic, Gen.G have found a lifeline.
Might be able to get the kill on Bin here as well, and he's going to be disjointed. Uses the mobility.
Oh god, Cassante things.
Bin just doing Bin things here on the Cassante, and Tofos come out.
Shields!
The Sling's off plate is not enough. The shield's not enough to keep Cassante alive. Gen.G get those death timers on a bit of an uneven.
But again, I draw my eyes towards the mid lane and I look at these items now being finished for Chovy. Level 15, soon to hit level 16. Elk?
Equalizer. Elk has flash heal. He tries to get across the wall and gets into the Razorbeak pit, but On is deleted. Chovy looking for more. He's going to dive forward into 4 members he has a stopwatch, but does he have enough time? The Pop Blossom comes out, Chovy survives as he gets off towards the top side, and there is Yagao! And Busan roars into life once again!
And there is no objective up, but Gen.G, it feels different in this fourth game. They should be able to, at the very least, get themselves a turret here. And again, Yagao
By his team now, Chovy in danger.
By himself down in the bottom lane, but he's going to get out the hymnal, take a pew. BLG Church is in session, but the Abyssal Voyage trying to turn it back around. Chovy able to dash away. Pingan trying to get across the wall. He dodges from the Intofu's, not quite enough range, but Bin, the Dragon, up in a minute. Enough time for Gen.G to...
The game continues. He made that mid-lane game-saving play. Let's see if he can find another. Shun looking for a fight.
Look where
Oh,
Delight!
Delight!
As Delight goes in. On trying to keep Elk alive. The Pop Blossom comes out just in time from Yagao. But Yagao is gone. And BLG might be too. Elk trying to do everything he can. But Elk has been mounted on a wall. Delight survives. BLG die. And Gen.G do it all. They have fought back from the absolute brink in game 2. And it looks like we're going all the way.
It's a clean ace for Gen.G. The Nexus is in their eyes, and they're looking to...
never mind.
Out
of the eyes.
Out of the eyes. Blind.
And the biggest prize of all, that Nexus.
The arrow.
The arrow onto Doran, but Delight is in the way. If BLG overstep, there's the equalizer already. Doran getting chunked out, and Doran is donezo. Chovy pushing in the mid lane. Delight can re-engage. No flash for him to disengage this, though. Shun misses the flag and drag across the wall. The stun from Delight. Chovy starting to collapse. There's the base call out. BLG could chase, but they decide instead to make sure their mid lane.
The player to watch for Gen.G. And if Yagao can find a flank, that'll be the difference maker. Chronicler was talking about it earlier.
Oh, here we go. In. The Devour immediately. Delight tanky enough, but Chovy is being dealt with by BLG right now. The Pop Blossom doesn't find it. Pace flashes the wall and immediately engages. Chovy's on a rampage now, and Gen.G are just grinding up BLG. A double for Chovy. They wipe them away. The TP towards mid. Gen.G are done with this game.
He's 17 and he's flashing over a wall with his back against the wall. Pace still find the play. Bindo.
You know, relentless force. And even more aggression from Gen.G. Delight and Pays, after being put behind in the early game, are putting on a clinic here at 35 minutes. It's game 5, a reverse sweep on the cards for Gen.G. And Busan and all Korea are behind them.
This series has taken a turn. After game number 2, it felt like a repeat of MSI. But now, 2-2. And I think it's gonna be so important for Gen.G that Doran doesn't have to win the lane. But if Bin gets fed, I think this game becomes almost unplayable very quickly for Gen.G. I also think Delight in the last game, as good as he was enabled by the fact that
Doran also in a bit of an awkward position. Our observers highlighting how awkward this is for Gen.G in the early game, and Shun is looking.
Doran underneath the tower, EQ flashes over, Doran able to flash away, Knight will tick him down and he will fall first blood to BLG.
Shun's Jarvan, man, 5 games in a row and this man is still hot. Beautiful first blood for BLG. Stage, well 4 I should say, into your 5th. You're just ultra aware of what's going on the map.
Pull back onto Bin, there's the equalizer, stun coming out, Magnet Storm used as well, Peanut can come in with the cease and desist, but Bin flashes away just in time to avoid that follow-up from the Vi.
big win there with
responsibility is on the way to the shoulders of both these teams. The TP.
They didn't know Shun was here. You do now, double TP invested. Bin, still no flash, does have the equalizer. Chovy dancing around, cease and desist available to Peanut. Doesn't use it because Bin is already done for. Chovy takes the kill. Meanwhile, the Magnet Storm onto Elk. He tries to flash away. Pays stepping forward, has the killer instinct on, is pushing in the side lane. No TP for him to join the fight. Yagao with the shockwave, but Pays takes him out. The killer instinct finds its mark. Doran locked up with the last embrace, but I don't think he is in too much danger.
And it is nothing happening until the map explodes. Double TP invested by Gen.G, punishing Bin. And on the cross map, there isn't any. They're just going to start it.
Yeah, they go back to it, of course.
Paze is all the way down towards the blue
Whoa,
as well.
whoa, whoa, whoa! This is a massive mistake from Gen.G.
BLG won't do it too quickly. It's only Shun, Yagao, and Bin there
Doran
right now.
Mega.
Coming in as well.
But
Doran's
they don't
about
know.
to fall off Mega. Delight can step forward. The control ward in the Baron Pit allows Gen.G vision of it. Elk still trying to do what he can. The equalizer down. Paze on as well.
Oh,
the
right.
Storm hits on 3. Chovy dives onto the back line but misses. The Shuriken as Delight will fall first. Paze doing everything he can as Peanut has to dash away. The center will hit him from long range. Now Doran forced away. It's a 2-for-1 so far in favor of BLG. Doran just able to scrape his way away.
Wow, what an intense exchange. It is BLG that get the kills, but the Baron, coaching staff, an incredibly tense situation.
Chovy going in, caught with the last embrace, but he goes into the Twilight Shroud. TP now invested by Gen.G. The Dragon
flash Shun.
Doran able to dash away. Shun going in with Cataclysm, but now Delight can really open up. Magnus Storm not quite off cooldown. Doran has a stopwatch, but all he can buy is the second equalizer now out. Doran falls. Chovy looking to hit him. He dashes back in, but the Abyssal Voyage brings him forward. And Chovy is shut out of the fight. BLG find 2.
And that might be it. That might be the moment that BLG have been looking for. They're going to run towards the Baron. Doran waits too long with the stopwatch. Wants to get his Meganar, ends up going down and then on. Knocks off Chovy. That's going to be Baron.
Doran holds his flash. Gen.G, they're uncoordinated of Dread right now. The hometown favorites of Gen.G. Ultimate, Peanut.
Onto Shun, the Killer Instinct going forward as well. They can lock Shun up and they'll shut him out. The shutdown over to Paze.
And it's a sigh of relief in the arena.
G will get a tier 2 in the top lane in answer.
Baron's still here. BLG, they know where Peanut is. Chovy can TP though, but ideally he wants the back. Doesn't get to.
Now TPing in as well. Chovy gets in. Has to dash away, but Shun's still able to land. The knock of the Shockwave was waiting, couldn't quite find his mark, but the flames, the spitting from Bin, and Chovy cataclysmed into an early grave, and now Gen.G on the back foot. BLG, 5 members strong, will take the inhib. Will they look for more?
I mean, why wouldn't they? They have the Nexus in their eyes. BLG are looking to end it here.
Paze, Doran, Delight, and Peanut. 4 members strong for Gen.G trying to defend, but BLG, as 5 push in, the first Nexus tower down. Delight can still engage. The Shockwave finds 2, but the Magnus Storm from Delight onto the backline immediately locks up BLG for a second. The Gnar back from Doran as well. It's all on Paze. He's trying to do everything he can to cease and desist under the tower. Will shut out Bin. Paze dancing and weaving his way around the fight. No minions left though. But BLG means they have to back away.
Gen.G hold on to their Nexus. It takes everything to the objective. The vision control is good. They're sweeping out what little vision Gen.G have. Delight needs to be careful.
Awesome Grace going to hit him. He's going to try and jump away, but the chase is on. The equalizer coming out as well. Delight can look for the re-engage. Doran goes in with the Mega Gnar. Paze now dives onto the back line. Delight already down, but they killed off Elk as well. Shun tries to get in with the Cataclysm, and he'll get the shot down onto Paze. And now it's all on Chovy. He's dashing. He's dancing around the fight. The perfect execution for BLG may be too much. Chovy buys a second, but he just can't buy the win. BLG forced Gen.G out of their own jungle.
And that's going to be the second Baron going over to BLG. And the moment.
What a crazy team fight. The moment I saw Elk drop, I thought Paze can carry this whole fight. But then it was Yagao's Shockwave combined with Shun's ultimate that was enough to...
Comes in behind. Chovy looking for something. Delight already caught out by Bin. He's going to have to dash away. On going in with the Abyssal Voyage. Chovy looking for that flank position, but the equalizer coming down. And once again doesn't quite get him into the wall. Elk gobbled up as On is going to spit him out, and the tower's already gone down. Dawning Shadow out as Peanut falls. Everyone on Gen.G is so low. Elk's still full HP pretty much as he heals up with a piercing dark. And Gen.G just cannot find the pick they're looking for.
That's going to be 2 inhibitors down now, and BLG, they might try and look for the end.
And everything invested by Gen.G. No ult on Delight, not on Paze either. Yagao still has the Shockwave to send a shock through the crowd here in Busan. Paze low again, rooted up. The Shockwave just short. The stopwatch from Paze buys a second, but Shun still has the GA. Chovy trying to clear out the minions as the Gnar back from Doran once again. GA. But On just tanks for days. GA coming out from Shun, and now it's all on Chovy. It's all on Paze. And we were told Busan was the church of Chovy, but what's a god to 5 non-believers? BLG will face Weibo in semis.
It might have not gone in the same manner as it did at MSI, but it's BLG that walks away the victors. Nonetheless, they reverse the momentum. They don't let Gen.G get the reverse sweep. And they will be facing Weibo in the semifinals.
It has not been clean, it has not been easy, but BLG have consistently found